Hello guys, welcome back. I'm going to show you how to make a DIY method feeder mold out of scrap materials, throwaway materials. First, I burned my walls here with a piece of wire, and then I don't know if it will fit. We're not going to see. Okay, that one goes through. And then we just, yes, this one needs to be a little bit more sized to the correct shape. And I recommend you use pliers. I forgot to get pliers, so I'm just using my hands. And the lighter is a bit slow. You can use a gas stove or a candle. It's recommended. And now it's nice and hot. Now we just burn our hole a little bit bigger. You can do that. We got our hole. Now we just push it through. And this earbud, it's just a normal earbud with a hole in. Just check that it have a hole in. Now we just push it through. Okay, now we got it like this. Now if you see, it just comes out. So we don't want that. Now we just gonna take a lighter and just mushroom the tips. Just like that. And remember not to leave it too long there. Okay, now we got the part here. And the recommended mold that you can use, because every method feeder has a mold, you can use a golf ball, cut it in half, and then you can use it as a mold. Okay, now we got the feet comes on top of it, and you use just a half golf ball and you just press it nicely in there. Now the sinker works. The sinker comes here, and then you put your feet on top. Then if you throw in, it will always go down. I will show you when I stick this, it will always go down. If I throw it upside down, it will always go down. Now we're gonna take some sandpaper. You can use 100 grit, will work perfect, or 80 grit or 120 grit, any size that will just roughen up the cap. Now where can you get a half sinker? I don't know. We have a mold. You can just use the half of a mold and you just mold your own sinkers. It's not that hard. We have a video on how to do that. Okay, now we just lightly sand at the top, and you see we got the sanding machine, and we just sand it a little bit on top. Now we're gonna take our super glue. Now we're going to throw on top of here. You can put a little bit on the sinker, and where you want it on the cap, and you just drop it in place. Just line it up, and you just hold it. And I don't know how long it takes for the super glue to set. Maybe about 10 seconds. Okay, it set it. Yes. Now we're gonna use the black. You can use grey. You can even use baking soda. This is just for a powder. Now I'm just gonna get a paper to put under so I don't wreck my mat. Okay, now it's on there, nice and tight. Now I'm gonna use the powder. Now we don't need a lot. We just need to throw it all around the sinker so it does not come off like that. That's perfect. And I'm going to explain you now in a minute how it works, the method feeder. Okay, now we got the powder on there. Let's close this up so it doesn't fall over. Okay, now we take our super glue again. Now we just super glue the powder on. Nice and neatly. Okay, it's not that neat, but the method feeder is very expensive. nowadays. Okay, now we're gonna wait until it dries, then we'll be back. Okay guys, while that one is drying, I have a ugly one that I'm going to show you. This is one of my first ones, but here is a normal method feeder, and this one is about 50 rand. I will tell you later how much dollar is that. As you can see, the cheap built one, homemade one, is, as you see, it's on the top sinker, and it always lands on the bottom. It will land it on the bottom again. And the method feeder one is also like that. It lands on the bottom as well. But it does not always land on the bottom. Yes, there are a lot of the same. This one, like I said, you can use a half-cut golf ball for a mold, and this one have a very neatly mold. So when you have your ground feed, you throw it into the mold, but you first put your bait on, then you put the bait in the mold, then you throw your ground feed in the mold. It should about be this much above the mold with ground feed, and then you just take the golf ball and you put it in, then press it, then you take it out, and then the bait is just sitting there. Now when you throw it in, it goes sits like this, and then the carp comes and then he eats some, then catch the hook him, and the hook got him. So it's not like that takes long to bite. This one just go. And it's like the same, precise the same with the method feeder, but this one costs almost nothing, and this one is 50 rand. So that is what I like from this cheap version. Okay, here are the one that we just built, nice and neatly. Now I'm going to show you how to make a rig for this. Okay, we start with the hook length. This is a size 5 bat hook. Any size hook can work, carp hook, but the hook length knot at the hook is a knotless knot, and it's about 25 centimeter long knot. Now we're going to put the swivel on. Okay, the swivel is now almost on. Okay, the swivel is on. The hook length is a 11-pound test. Now you want your hook length about that long, is about as long as you can make your two fingers, your thumb and your finger. Now the sinker length is not recommended, this orange line. We like to use white 40-pound test. This is 25-pound test, but I just have this line here and it's nice and orange for you to see. Okay, I got my orange line, that long. And then we are now going to put our DIY method feeder on. I know it looks very, very funny with such an ugly method feeder on a rig, but it works extremely good. Last weekend we go test it for the first time and it performed very, very well. I was shocked with the performance of this method feeder. Now you can use a rig on this, or a fake corn like this one. I'm now going to show you after this knot. I'm going to show you how to put the plastic corn on, fake corn. Okay guys, here's our rig with a nice hook length. Now you're gonna make your feet like I explained earlier in the video. And he's just gonna sit here. Then the carp comes, eat it, whap, it have it and it goes. It's not like biting for 10 minutes and you don't have time. Alright, you have time, but you can catch more fish in the time that fish bites. Now I like to hook it on like this. So it just sits like this. It does drift in the water, float in the water, or you can hook it like this. Or you can use a hair rig. Not like this, or it can interfere with the barb there. I like to put it like this. Then the barb have enough space to hook that fish and don't let the fish come loose. So yes, please like and subscribe to support my channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're gonna catch a lot of fish with this simple and efficient and recyclable materials of a method feeder. Thank